if he win this year World Cup, he might be the best World Cup player ever, bro. Surpassing Pele. I'm telling you, bro. What's good, brothers and sisters? Welcome back to another video. Today we're gonna react to how good is World Cup Mbappe actually, created by Aswatch. Go to his channel, like and subscribe. You actually know Mbappe World Cup it's another level, bro. Now with 7 goals competing against Haaland, Messi for the Golden Boots. Man, he's crazy, bro. Let's proceed, bro.
Take a look at this moment.
Okay.
This was the moment Kylian Mbappe made the entire country of Argentina go to their knees.
Tough. I scored a hat-trick in the World Cup final, bro.
He'd already scored 3 goals in a World Cup final. Yet in the 124th minute, with his body exhausted, his legs burning, and 88,000 people screaming at him from every direction, he was trying to score a 4th. That's not normal.
Bro.
That's not even human. That's something else entirely. But the thing is, we've seen this version of Mbappe before.
Yeah.
We see it every 4 years. It's almost like the World Cup flicks a switch in his brain, and the player who struggles at club level, who gets criticised by pundits, who can't win the Champions League or the Ballon d'Or, he disappears. And in his place, there's a monster.
Ooh.
So what is it about this tournament? Why does Mbappe look different at club level, but turn into a monster every time the World Cup arrives? And how good is World Cup Mbappe actually?
Damn.
Let's find out. Let me give you 2 versions of Kylian Mbappe, because they don't make sense together.
You gotta separate, bro. The club and the national team is different for him, bro. National is everything.
The club
for him.
player. Mbappe signed for Real Madrid in 2024, the most expensive free transfer in history. The plan was simple: pair him with Vinicius Junior, add him to the Champions League winners, and dominate Europe for the next decade.
0 Champions League since he arrived.
2 years later, Real Madrid haven't won a single major trophy since he arrived.
All the games against
managers
Barca
have come and gone, and none of them have figured out how to make the Mbappe-Vinicius partnership work. They drift into the same spaces, they want the same positions, the system doesn't fit. Ballon d'Or, he's never won one. Dembele won it last year. But Mbappe,
PSG,
who we all think should have won it, is still dreaming.
PSG would have 2 Champions Leagues since he left.
Earlier this season, he missed penalties against Liverpool and Athletic Bilbao. He admitted publicly that he'd hit the bottom. Didier Deschamps left him out of the France squad because of what the coach called mental issues. ESPN reported that some club sources now question whether signing Mbappe was the right move. That's version 1, the complicated superstar, the player who, though is scoring weekly, can't quite make it all work at the highest club level. But he became France's all-time leading scorer, more than Giroud, more than Henry, more than Platini.
Damn, he already with 60 goals, 100 matches, bro. Damn.
And I'm sitting here thinking, how can these be the same person? How can the player who can't win the Champions League be the same player who's about to become the greatest World Cup scorer in history? Well, the answer is in the history.
Man.
And when you look back at every World Cup he's ever played in, you start to notice a pattern. Something that doesn't make sense, something that suggests this tournament brings out a version of Mbappe that exists nowhere else on Earth.
He become lethal. I don't know, bro. He go crazy.
We have got to the point where literally...
2018.
Okay,
we're
back.
Mbappe is 19 years old. The hype was already there. Monaco had sold him to PSG for 180 million euros.
Damn! He's the second less
Everyone knew the name,
expensive.
or at least they thought they did.
The first one was
Neymar. In the World Cup group stage, during the game between France and Peru, the game is tight. Peru are defending well. And then in the second half, Olivier Giroud shoots and the shot gets deflected. And then this happens. In that moment, he became the youngest French goal scorer in World Cup history. But that was just the warm-up. In the round of 16,
that's only the first goal, bro.
Argentina, Lionel Messi on the other side. The greatest
he scored 2 goals, I think.
Player of his generation is about to fight for a chance for his first World Cup title. But instead of the veteran to be the star, here's what happens next.
A rookie.
First, Mbappe makes this insane run towards goal, and nobody, nobody could absolutely stop him. He causes a penalty. Griezmann steps up and puts France up 1-0. What follows next is utterly something not even I can explain. Mbappe tears Argentina apart. 2 goals in 4 minutes. The first, a great finish after an amazing dribble to the left.
18 years old.
The second, a lightning counter-attack that started in his own half and ended with the ball in the net. Argentina couldn't catch him.
In the right wing.
Messi couldn't inspire a comeback. France won 4-3, and Mbappe is the reason. But here's the thing that made everyone stop and take notice. The last teenager to score 2 goals in a World Cup knockout match was Pele in 1958, 60 years earlier. In the final, France versus Croatia, Mbappe picks up the ball outside the box, 3 defenders in front of him. He doesn't care.
Oh yeah,
he
against
shifts it onto his
Croatia.
right foot and rifles it past Daniel Subasic, his former teammate at Monaco.
Imagine scoring a goal in the World Cup final being 18 years old, bro. 18 years old, I'll probably be like, I don't know, being at home playing video games.
France won 4-2, world champion.
Yeah,
and Mbappe becomes only the second teenager in history to score in a World Cup final.
Second.
The first, once again, was Pelé. He won the best young player of the tournament, became the world champion at 19. And everyone said the same thing. This is just the beginning. By 2022, he'll have a Champions League, a Ballon d'Or, maybe even another World Cup. The records will fall, the trophies will stack up. The kid is going to dominate football for the next decade. But his
0 Champions League, 0 Ballon d'Ors. I mean, he might win the World Cup this year.
That's not what happened. By 2022, Mbappe was supposed to have added all of those things. Instead, he arrived in Qatar without any of them. The same questions, the same doubts, the Champions League curse, the Ballon d'Or snub, and somehow he was even better. The 2022 World Cup final might be the greatest individual performance in the tournament history. It came from a player who was invisible for 79 minutes.
3 goals.
Argentina were brilliant. France were awful. Mbappe couldn't get on the ball. Deschamps looked like he had no answers. At 2-0 down with a few minutes left,
it's a penalty
the game
right
was
here,
over.
I think.
The trophy was going to Buenos Aires. And then something happened. In the 79th
minute,
wake
up,
France win a
sudden hit like in nights, bro.
Penalty. Mbappe steps up. He doesn't look nervous. He doesn't look desperate. He looks calm, almost bored. He sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. 2-1. 97 seconds later,
look at this, bro.
Marcus
Look at this
Thuram passed across the box. Mbappe is waiting. He doesn't control it. He doesn't take a touch. He just swings his right foot and volleys it in the far corner. 2 goals from nowhere, from nothing. I remember watching that moment thinking, this doesn't make sense.
And I watched the full game, bro.
This player was anonymous, and now he's dragging an entire nation back from the grave with 2 goals in under 2 minutes.
Damn.
But he wasn't done. Extra time. Argentina go ahead again. Messi scores 3-2. Surely now it's over. Surely now France have nothing left. Right? Wrong.
Nah, Mbappe's here, bro.
118th minute. France won another penalty. And once again, Mbappe steps up. This time, Emiliano Martinez, the goalkeeper who'd been trash-talking all tournament, the penalty specialist, decided to do the same to Mbappe. But Mbappe doesn't care.
Bro.
He shoots, he scores, he sets another record. The first hat-trick in a World Cup final since Jeff Hurst in 1966.
Damn! Bro, he has to wait for 4 years to play in the World Cup. Imagine scoring like a hat-trick in the finals, bro. That's how long it is, bro.
And then came the moment I showed you at the start. 124th minute, ball at his feet. 3 Argentine defenders in front of him. And instead of holding, instead of waiting for penalties, Mbappe goes again, driving forward, trying to score a 4th in the final seconds of extra time. After 120 minutes of the most intense football imaginable. That's not normal. That's a man who genuinely believes he can score every single time he touches the ball.
I mean, he can though.
France
he
lost
can.
Penalties. Mbappe scored his. He did everything a human being could do. 8 goals in the tournament, Golden Boot winner, 4 goals across 2 World Cup finals, more than anyone in history, and it still wasn't enough.
Love Roblox.
Cut.
Now most players will be broken by that, losing a World Cup final after scoring a hat-trick. But 4 years later, Mbappe showed up again. And the first thing he did was remind everyone what happens when he enters this tournament.
Yes, sir.
And if this is changing how you see Mbappe, hit subscribe. You'll get more stories like this every week.
Subscribe, bro. Subscribe.
Now on June 17th, 2026, France faced Senegal in a game everyone expected to be tough. Before the tournament, the headlines were all the same. Real Madrid in crisis, another Champions League exit, another Copa del Rey final lost to Barcelona. 2 years without a major trophy, Mbappe and Vinicius still can't play together. The signing that was supposed to define an era had become the signing that unbalanced a dynasty.
It was the opposite of like greater teams.
And then the World Cup started. The first half, Senegal was terrible. France looked sluggish. They had 1 shot. Their expected goals was .02. Senegal hit the post. Nicholas Jackson should have scored.
Club level.
France looked like a team still figuring itself out. And then the second half started. And Mbappe remembered what tournament he was playing in. In the 66th minute, Michael Olise plays a ball through the Senegal defense. Mbappe is onto it. First time finish, 1-0. That goal tied Olivier Giroud's record, 57 goals for France.
He's going to score in that day.
Statement. 90th minute +4. Mbappe tells the crowd to calm down. Then seconds later,
look at this, man.
Mbappe
Look at this
collects
goal.
the ball outside the penalty area, 29 metres from goal. He looks up, he sees space, and he unleashes a shot that flies into the top corner before Edouard Mendy could even move.
Damn.
After the game, Deschamps revealed something interesting. He said Mbappe had told him before the tournament that he didn't want to score in friendlies. He wanted to save his goals for the real thing, for the World Cup. He's an iconic player, Deschamps said. He has an aura. He's a very decisive player. He doesn't need to say it more than we already see it, but he's right. Every time there's a world title on the line, Mbappe becomes a different beast.
What a beast, bro.
There's no explanation to it.
Different beast in the what a beast.
Isn't even over yet. When you put all of this together, 2018, 2022, 2026, you start to see what makes World Cup Mbappe so different from the player we see at club level. Here's what I think is happening. At club level, Mbappe is one piece of a puzzle. At Real Madrid, he has to fit into a system. He has to compromise. And when you ask Mbappe to compromise, you lose something. The directness, the freedom, the belief that every attack runs through him. At the World Cup, there is no compromise. When Mbappe puts on the France shirt, he is France. The system is built for him. The tactics revolve around him.
It's like, give the ball to the best player every time, bro.
Every player on that pitch knows their job is to get the ball to Kylian and let him do what he does. And there's something else, the stakes. Mbappe talked about this.
It's like in French team, everything's built around him, like around him to shine, to use all his qualities.
After qualifying for the tournament, he said, "Playing at a World Cup, only those who have done it know how special it is. It's a privilege to represent your country in the eyes of the world. We go there to win. It's a dream to put the third star on the jersey of the France team." Some players rise for the biggest moments. Some players disappear. Mbappe rises every single time. It reminds me of another player, Cristiano Ronaldo in the Champions League, the all-time record.
Yeah, it's like Mbappe, Ronaldo is like reverse. Ronaldo is like in the Champions League and Mbappe is in the World Cup. And the World Cup is crazy, you know what I'm saying?
At club level, Ronaldo was brilliant. In the Champions League, he was a different animal. The stakes brought out something extra, something that couldn't be explained by talent alone. Mbappe is the same, but his tournament is the World Cup. And here's what's
bro, that's crazy, bro.
truly terrifying for everyone else in this competition. He's only 27. If he stays fit, he'll play in 2030 and potentially in 2034.
If he win this year World Cup, he might be the best World Cup player ever, bro. Surpassing Pele. I'm telling you, bro.
The record might not just be broken, it might be destroyed. Right now, every team left in this tournament is afraid of one man.
Kylian
Argentina
Mbappe.
know, they saw it in 2022. Every defence in this tournament knows the truth. If you give Kylian Mbappe space in a World Cup knockout game, he will punish you. And here's the irony that makes all of this so strange. At Real Madrid, he's part of a crisis. The headlines call him a problem. But I don't think he is.
Kylian Dictador.
And by the time this tournament is over, people might actually start to see it. This is the thing about Kylian Mbappe. At club level, he's complicated. At Real Madrid, he's a problem they're still trying to solve. But when the World Cup comes around, none of that matters. He suddenly becomes the scariest version of any player on earth. And we love every bit of it. World Cup Kylian Mbappe is a different animal. And right now, he's hunting. So what do you think? Let us know in the comment section down below. Bro. And don't forget to subscribe.
Yeah, man. Amazing video, bro. Amazing video by Aswatch, bro. Welcome Mbappe is one of the best players in the world, bro. Or best players in the history of football, bro. Like and subscribe, comment who should I rank next, man. Thank you, bro. Thank you for watching. See ya.